First up, RBO is here. So let's talk about the Magic. Let's see what's going on down in Orlando, down in Disney World. Let's see what's going on with those guys. So we this is a question that we've asked. I'm pretty sure if everyone who's tuned in saw the last segment where we talked about the Kings, the Celtics, the Wizards, and the Miami Heat. Same question goes for the Orlando Magic. So Vaughn, this is your team. They have definitely impressed from how they were last season. They're in a better situation than they were now, than they were then. What are your expectations for the Orlando Magic in the second half of the season?
Well, y'all know since last year, all I've been saying is top six, top six, top six. Right now, we're eighth, and we haven't been playing our best basketball. We've been dealing with lots of injuries, but as of recent, we've been healthy. So we've been finding ways. We're actually playing with the full roster, and everybody's finding their way. Finding their rhythm, things of that nature. But I'm still with my expectation, man. In the beginning of the season, I'm going with top six playoff team. You know, I think we can. I looked at our remaining schedule, and we have some pretty easy games. Like a lot of teams are under 500 that we play. We have some solid games for sure. Don't get me wrong, of solid playoff teams, but a lot of teams like we played most of our tough games, and I think that we can definitely get some dubs down the stretch. You know, I think because you got the Heat that we're tied with, the Pacers right there, and then you got the Sixers and the Knicks. I know we're gonna have more wins than the Pacers at the end of the year. That's a fact. I just know. I don't see them maintaining. You know, you know. I think that they're gonna be the playing team, unless Philly just start taking L's. Unless Philly just start taking L's out of nowhere. But us being a top four defensive team for our defensive efficiency, I think us having that wild card, being able to lock in, lock down. We've held teams under 100 a lot of times, and every time we did that, we pretty much won the game. So I think we hang our hat on defense, then we can definitely get that top six.
I got a question. So you got a young team
Mm-hmm.
and a young coach. All right. So how big would a playoff berth be for your team going forward?
It'll be huge because not only will we get experience, but it'll be progress. Last year we started off terrible because we had like six starters or six players that actually got burned. Everybody else was like G League two-way players, but we had a terrible start. Then once we got healthy, we went on a nice little run. Could have made the play in, but we opted into just tanking the rest of the season. And then this year, we have a big chance to get in, either the play in or the playoffs. So if we get in this year, we had Paulo be an all star. We get in the playoffs, we get some good bumping. You know, that'll really elevate us because we're building something special here. Like we're getting the players. We're building the culture with our coach and everything. And us going to the playoffs this year, even if we get bounced in the first round, I think it'll be a huge accomplishment, and it'll just make us a lot better for the years to come.
So, with your young coach, how impressed are you from how he has turned things around from last year to this year? Because in the beginning of the season, you guys were top three. You're top three in the East, and of course, things start to play out, and you are where you are now. But just to be in that position, early, how impressed are you with him as a head coach?
I'm very impressed. There's still some things that he's gonna have to get better at. Like Joe said, he's a young coach. You know, he's been like an assistant coach or things of that nature. But he's very deep defensive oriented, and the things that he preach are winning things. Are core things that you need to know. Like, you play hard, you play together, play the right way, and you do those things, then you're going to most likely come out with a dub. So he's done a lot of it's some things like he has like a certain formula. It seems like takes a certain guy out at a certain time, put a certain guy in. I think that's one thing I feel like, sometimes you gotta freestyle it. Somebody hot, you let him roll, because our young rookie Anthony Black, we played the Mavericks one game, and he from Dallas, so we was in Dallas, and he was cooking. He hit like his first 5 shots, 5 for 5, and 4 of them was threes, but he ain't finished the game. I'm like, come on, like he should finish the game. He's a good defender, and he hot from the three. So little stuff like that, I feel like he has to get better at, but he tends to stick with his rotation a lot of times, and that kind of irks me.
That's a good point. That's a ability of a great coach too, like to go off script. Isn't that what they say with players too, right? They have the ability to go off script. That's a good point. And James, if you got a question, you can throw one in too. But I got another question, Javon. All right. So, when you look at the East, right? When you look at the East standings, what teams would you say like, all right? I kind of asked Dave the same question. What team would you say in the East you would be like, you know what? I kind of, I'm not scared of nobody, but these are some of the teams that I'd rather not play in the first round because of the matchup. What teams stick out to you?
Well, of course, I'm gonna say the Celtics. They're just a fine, well-oiled machine. You don't want to catch them first round. If we do see them, I'd rather see them later on. Which means we got a little bit momentum. We don't got some dubs. We done been there, did a couple of things. It's really them and the Bucks. Those the main two. Like if Embiid was there, it'd be the Sixers for sure, because it's like nothing we can do with him, and then Giannis, he be cooking us too. So those really the Celtics and the Bucks are the main two. Really, I think that the Cavs, Knicks, we done beat the Knicks I think 3 times this year so far already. So and then like the Heat, the Bulls, Hawks, any of those teams, I feel like we have a good shot against. The first round. It's not a team I'm like, oh no. It's like, okay, bet we might gonna do something here. So those teams.
What makes you think y'all could do something with Miami?
See, only ups y'all have on us really is the coaching. Y'all coaches us most times when y'all beat us, and when we beat y'all, our players just literally just cook y'all like, because we have better players than y'all. We're better. I think we're a better team than y'all as far as talent wise and player wise. I just like I say, the coaching be terrible. Like it'd be times like y'all be running a 2-3 a lot.
We do run a lot of zones, a lot of 2-3, a lot of 1-3-1.
Yeah, then y'all switch to the 1-3-1, and when y'all running the 2-3, it's like it's basic basketball, man. Get somebody in the mid, high post in the middle, throw it right to him. It was open all game, and he never adjusted to it. And it's like, just throw Paulo right there. He having a field day. Like catch it, he could turn and shoot, turn and pass, go get a bucket. But it's like that's the only thing I'm afraid of when we play the Heat. Of course y'all a solid team. No disrespect, but I just feel like we can match up well with y'all. It's just the coaching side. It's what gets at me.
Yeah, y'all have I gotta say pause before I say it, but y'all have more size, as a team because of Paolo, because of Franz, because of the way that y'all the team is built. So I get that part. But my thing is, when Miami gets the playoff time, Jimmy just turns to a whole different player. So he also turns up. So it's not just coaching when it comes to playoff time for us. It's also what Jimmy does. And also having Terry Rozier, I think that helps us out a lot this year as well. That's why I wouldn't think that it would be a good matchup for y'all in the first round. Second round, I think it would be a lot better because you'd be more prepared because of the coaching, because of Jimmy. But other than that, I don't think you would want to see us the first round.
I will say this, Vaughn. If y'all do play Miami first round, which y'all probably won't because, both of y'all like
yeah, we both are right in the plane.
But if y'all did, I would look at it like similar to us playing the Warriors first round. Because Miami, they have that championship pedigree. They do have that. And they have a good coach that's going to make adjustments throughout the playoffs. So like Paulo and Franz, these guys are going to see different looks throughout one series. You know what I mean? Like they're going to see different looks, and they'll be able to adjust to that next year. And if they don't win, and plus Jimmy, but like Dave said, if Jimmy goes to another level, that forces Paulo to go to a different level. So I feel like that would be far as like if I'm the Orlando Magic, and I'm like, man, if we're gonna be one and done, where can I grow the most? It's against Miami because against the Celtics, they're just talented. Like they're really
Mm-hmm.
talented, and they could just beat y'all strictly off talent, and you're
Mm-hmm.
not gonna learn much from that. But like when you play Miami, they're gonna try to scheme you out. They're gonna run this, run that, and you're gonna have to, playoffs is all about adjusting to different stuff. So I think Miami would be a good matchup for y'all growth.
Yeah.
This is not really a question, but first off, to piggyback off that matchup, I see both sides of what y'all saying, and I see what Javon's saying because like the Orlando Magic is a really good defensive team.
Mm-hmm.
They're very long. Jonathan Isaac, him playing, everybody's like pulling up the highlights and the numbers. He don't play that much, but when he plays, he's
He
like
makes an impact.
statistically by far the best defender in the NBA. Help side, on ball, you name it. He's like a defensive specialist. So I think that making the playoffs will be great, not only for the team, but I think it'd be great for Paolo. I think somebody sent to the group chat, the NBA chat, that he's only played in one nationally televised game, and he's a number one overall pick
Yeah, that's crazy.
in
I don't
first
know
year and a
about
half of the
that.
league. That's crazy.
And it was
Um,
against OKC, wasn't it?
Yeah.
that's crazy. So if he
Because
get in the
it's because of them.
playoffs, in the playoffs, every game is nationally televised. So this is going to
Right.
be a totally new environment for him. And I think he's ready for it. I think he's had some great stat lines that he's put up when he hasn't had his other best players on his team.
Sure,
Some games this season, he's put up some great stat lines. I do remember one specific game when they played Minnesota, and Franz was not playing, and he had a bad shooting night. I think that was a great game for him because it was one of the first games against a great defensive team where he couldn't just bully his way, to a bucket. Minnesota's a real big team, so he had to figure out how he was going to get other guys involved, and he had to figure out how he was going to get going. So he's gotten better with that throughout the year. It's still his second year. He's already made the playoffs his second year. I mean, not the playoffs, the All-Star game his second year. So if he can lead this team to the playoffs his second year, it will give him the confidence boost that he needs to let him know, like, not only am I an All-Star, but my second year I led my team to the playoffs. Like, I belong here. So as great as these players are, all these players have egos. They want to be the best. They think they're the best, but they still need that validation. You get what I'm saying? So once he make the All-Star team and he lead his team to the playoffs, he's like, all right, bet. Fluke. I do belong here. All my hard work is showing and coming to fruition. So I think making the playoffs would be tremendous for the Orlando Magic. And like I said, for Paolo individually.
Yeah. You see the question, Javon?
Yeah. Clay.
Hold on
To be honest,
for the listeners. Shout out to Teddy. He said Magic have been mentioned as a potential spot. Magic, yeah,
Clay.
potential spot for Clay. How do you feel about that, Vaughn?
Clay with us, I won't mind that. It's just I love Jalen Suggs, man. Like him at the two. That's one thing our team really prides ourselves off is defense. And Clay, he can still play some defense, but I don't think he'll be able to start with us. And I think he'll want to start. I mean, he can start, but I wouldn't want him to start. I like Suggs. I think he'll develop into a better shooter, not a Clay, nothing like a Clay, but his defense is and his hustle and all that is too. Like he does literally everything. He defends, hustles, he facilitates, and even get buckets. So I wouldn't want that, Teddy. I wouldn't.
He's more athletic too. His athleticism too.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got energy like crazy.
you definitely do.
Yeah, I know in high school he was ranked a higher quarterback than Patrick Mahomes.
Oh,
I remember that. Hey, Jalen Suggs got straps, so I know that much. Remember when I talked about Orlando Magic on my show? That boy is a defensive beast.
he played with a lot of emotion.
That's one thing we got. We got two guards. Like that's when we healthy. And even off the bench, we got Anthony Black, but Markel Fultz and Jalen Suggs, they be strapping up top. So when y'all come to play us, y'all just know y'all 1 and 2 have to work. It look like they love playing defense too. So
Yeah.
But, one thing about us that's really troubling is our shooting. Like we tend to take too many threes at the worst times.
Yeah,
When
you're not even overall a good 3-point shooting team
we're
either.
the second worst as far as 3-point percentage behind the
Hmm.
Spurs, and we
How you?
take the second most free throws. That's because can nobody stop us going to the basket. So that need to be our recipe. Just attack the basket a lot more, drive and kick for more open threes. And I think, we adjust to that and even start making more free throws because we like 75% right now, which ain't good. Then I think and turnovers. Those are the three things: shooting, the threes, the free throws, and then turnovers. We clean that up, then we'll be all right because we can defend.
But this
Sorry.
is like a recipe. This is the perfect recipe, like for growing a successfully growing team. Like
Yep.
Yeah.
like turnovers. That's young. That's a young and erratic team.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Especially a team without a consistent point guard.
Right.
Turnovers. 2 free throws. Now, for one, making the free throws, but y'all already getting to the line.
Right.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So that's a plus. Y'all already getting to the line. And as far as the 3-point percentage, I was gonna say, is it the fact that y'all can't shoot, or is it y'all don't take great shots?
That's what it is.
You see what I'm saying? Because like that's a major key in the field goal percentage. So y'all already have the recipe. Y'all heading in the right direction.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Definitely.
y'all don't take that many threes either. Well, I don't understand. Sorry, this is off the Magic. How the Spurs last in 3-point percentage and they got Wemby? That makes no sense to me. That's how you know he's not getting used right.
Because he only
Yeah.
played 28 minutes a game.
Like, come on, bro.
Minute restriction.
Yeah, but anyways,
Yeah.
before we move to Philly, anything else you want to say about Magic, Ron?
Well, he going top 6, man. Paulo, first All-Star. Yeah, he's the only player I think that was in all the events. So but he's participating in something each day. So I
Yeah.
think him being there also is gonna make him want to ball more because when you there the first year you just soaking it in things of that nature, but you trying to hoop though too. You go out there, my man only had like 9 points, 6 points, something like that, in like 18 minutes. He trying to get some bumps, so he gonna definitely kick it up next year. But finish strong this year. Let's see what we can get.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.